Hi, I'm Traci Copeland, and this is Good Moves, Well+Good. Today we're gonna do a work from home flow that you can do anytime, anywhere. So think classical yoga poses, your signature warrior poses, some balancing, some shoulder opening, and some hip openers. Let's go ahead and get started. So you're gonna start in child's pose. On your knees, sending your hips all the way back, forehead to the ground, arms extended. You can just start to soften your energy towards the mat, relax your shoulders. Take a few easy breaths here, just sort of recenter your mind. Let go of whatever was happening earlier and whatever might be happening next throughout your day. Just try to be present on your mat. This is your place to sort of set your intention for practice, what you'd like to get out of this session. One more easy breath here. And then we'll just go ahead and come onto your hands and knees in a tabletop position. A couple of cat-cows to warm up our spine. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, release. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, release. And again, inhale, heart opens. Exhale, release. And you're gonna come into lifting that right leg off of the ground, setting yourself up for bird dog. So right leg lifts, left arm lifts. Draw the knee towards the elbow, extend, press through your heel. Draw the knee towards your elbow and extend, press through your heel. One more time, knee to elbow, really starting to engage that core. And then you're gonna go ahead and release. And I'm just gonna go ahead and extend my right leg out nice and long. This is gate pose. So reaching the arm up alongside your ear. And I just wanna get a little extra out of this gate pose because I always have some tension down like the lateral chain of my body. Chances are you might as well. So taking a few arm circles to help you get a little bit deeper into the shape of gate pose. And then just go ahead and release. Now we're gonna take it to the opposite side. So left leg extends, toes facing the ground, hips stay square, right arm, and then draw the knee towards elbow, extend, press through your heel. And again, knee to elbow, extend, press through your heel. One more time, knee to elbow, and extend, press through your heel. Go ahead and release. I'm just gonna go ahead and pivot to that opposite side. So left leg extends, reach the left arm all the way up, get it alongside your ear, get nice and long, and then reach up and over. We'll do one more nice little arm circle, just really starting to lengthen through your side body. Holding right here. And go ahead and release. We'll take it back into that tabletop position. Take yourself into downward facing dog. Let's shift into high plank just to warm up that upper body. And again, high plank. One more. Shift to high plank. And then we'll take it into downward dog. Pedal the feet through. Just getting deeper into the shape of your downward dog. Stretching out the calves, stretching out the Achilles, stretching out the hamstrings a little bit. And then when you're ready, take that right leg up into downward dog split. Start to open up that hip a little bit first. Rotate your ankle a few times one direction and a few times opposite direction. Straighten out the leg, square off your hips, and step your foot forward right between your hands. Lower the back knee to the ground. Inhale your arms up. This is a nice little chest opener. Great to do throughout your day, especially as you're probably hunched over at your computer or even your phone. Great way to keep your chest nice and open. Lower your hands to the ground. Flex the toes. Flex the back toes as well. So you kind of get into the sole of your foot. You're gonna hover right here, keeping the back nice and flat. Half split, also known as half Hanuman. And what you can also do is walk your hands towards the outside of your leg just to get a little bit deeper into your IT band. So if you're a runner or you like to bike, chances are IT band is going to be pretty tight. It's a great way to kind of loosen that up a little bit. If you want to go deeper here, you can bring this hand to your hip and hold here, or you can just put a block on this side to kind of help you prop yourself up. Wherever you are, just draw that top shoulder back, and then you're gonna release that hand down, reframe your foot, rise all the way up into high lunge. So high lunge, arms are extended alongside your ears, back heel stays lifted. Find strength in your high lunge. Then you're gonna gently step that back foot forward, coming into Utkatasana chair pose. So once again, arms alongside your ears, draw the lower abs in, make sure that that tailbone is tucked under, keeping the weight in your heels, and slowly rise all the way up, palms together. Exhale, take it down. Lift, lengthen, flat back. Release, take forward fold. Step it into your high plank. Lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Taking it into downward dog. Let's go ahead and take it right away into that opposite side. Left leg lifts, open up that hip. Rotate the ankle a few times one direction. And then go ahead and straighten out that leg. Draw the knee forward, step it right between your hands, drop the back knee to the ground. Once again, inhale the arms up. Find that low crescent lunge, and this time I'm gonna have you take opposite elbows so that head just sort of rests on your forearms as you open up a little bit. If this is a little too intense, you could just take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and let the weight of your head just open up your chest as you sink deeper. And then lower your hands to the ground, straighten out that front leg, start to feel any tension in that hamstring. Curl, make sure both toes are flexed. Keep the back flat. And then you're gonna get into that IT band once again. My IT band is always pretty tight because I like to run as well, so I wanna make sure that I don't have any IT band issues when I'm going for my little 4 or 5 mile jog. And option to take this deeper, bringing the hand to the hip, or prop your hands on a block if you need to modify. Yoga is always gonna be different every single day, so make sure you listen to your body and do what it needs. Taking your hands forward, squaring off towards the front of your mat, lift the back knee off the ground. Inhale, rise, coming into your high lunge. Holding right here, really finding strength in that front leg and finding a nice deep stretch down that opposite leg. And then stepping forward to fire up the core and the glutes and the quads. Relax your shoulders. Now, what I like to do sometimes in chair pose is work on a little bit of balance here. So coming onto my tippy toes like I'm in a high-heeled shoe, and then just holding here, squeezing my knees together like I'm holding loose change that I don't want to drop on the ground. And then holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Go ahead and take it all the way down. Separate your feet hips distance apart, grab hold of opposite elbows, and just ragdoll. Shake your head, yes, shake it no. And just feel free to soften your knees, swaying side to side, staying relaxed, and getting long through the upper half of your body. Go ahead and heel toe your feet together. You're gonna lift, lengthen, flat back. Take forward fold, shift it back into your high plank. You're gonna lower halfway, upward facing dog. Take it back into downward dog. Now you're gonna go ahead and take that left leg up into downward dog split. Step it forward right between your hands. You're gonna go ahead and take yourself right into warrior 2. Strong like a warrior. So shoulders are stacked right over your hips. Flip your front palm up towards the ceiling or sky.
Take it back, reaching, reaching, reaching. Don't forget about the bend in the front leg. Take yourself into extended side angle. Holding right here, reaching up and over. Option to modify. And then we're gonna find our triangle. So legs are straight and strong. Lower that bottom hand towards your shin, your ankle. And then think of opening that hip. So don't let it close. Try to keep it nice and flat, like you were leaning up against a wall. And now we're gonna move into a balancing pose. So shifting forward into our half moon. So I have my hand on my hip. My left hand is sort of at the diagonal of my foot. My foot is parallel to the ground. Arm reaches up. If this is too intense, you can put your hand on a block, or you can stay right here. Or if you want to take this a little bit further, for my more advanced yogis, you can just play around with lifting the arm, maybe even bringing one hand to your chest. Just stay laser focused on a point out in front of you. And then soften your standing leg. Let's take it back to reverse your warrior. And then go ahead and make your way back into warrior two. Straighten the front leg, pivot your toes, reach the arms up, high prayer, and then take it into goddess. Nice little hip opener. And then let's go ahead and take flat back, take straddle forward fold. We're just gonna be here for a moment. Take a nice easy breath here, allowing you to fold a little bit deeper, getting into the backs of the legs. Let's go ahead and pivot the hands, coming into low lunge. Let's flow into our vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Take it into downward dog. Now to create some heat, I want you to bend the knees. This is called crouching tiger, and then shift into high plank. Crouching tiger. So sending your hips back, just creating a little bit of upper body strength and core. Let's do 3 more. 2 and 1. And take it into downward dog. And when you're ready, take that right leg up into downward dog split. Step your foot forward, right between your hands, ground the back heel, rise up, take warrior 2. Keep the shoulders stacked right over your hips, gaze over the middle finger. Get deep into the shape of your warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, flip the palm, take it back. Lots of energy moving towards that back of the mat. Keep the bend in the front leg, and then we'll take it into extended side angle, or you can lower the hand to the ground. Totally up to you, which variation you want to do. Whatever you did, try to keep it consistent on both sides unless you have an injury that you're working through. Now we're moving into triangle. Make whatever adjustments in your feet you need to. Both legs are straight and strong, looking up towards that hand. And now we're gonna go ahead and rebend that front leg. Hand goes to your hip, and start to lift the leg off of the ground. Coming into your half moon, arm extends up. Try to get that leg so it's parallel to the ground. And you've got those different options to choose from. Just play around with the balance, just take it to the edge of what you think you can do. You don't really know what you're capable of until you actually try it. Try lifting the hand up if you have your hand on the ground, even if it's just for a moment or so. And then soften that standing leg. Move nice and slow, warrior 2. And then go ahead and straighten out that front leg. Pivot the toes, reach the arms all the way up. High prayer, turn the toes out. For goddess, get a little bit deeper into the shape of your goddess. Tailbone under, getting a little bit lower. And then palms together, take forward fold. Holding right here. You can turn your toes a little bit inward so you can access a different part of your hamstrings.
And then go ahead and start to walk your hands to the opposite side this time. Rebend that front leg, step it into high plank. Let's float through our vinyasa, lower halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Flatten out the feet. Take it into downward dog. Now, bend the knees. Boom. Shift into high plank. We're back into crouching tiger. You're here for 5, for 4. Give me 3 more. And 1. All right, take it back into downward facing dog. We're gonna lift that right leg up this time. Step it right between your hands. Now lifting back leg off of the ground, coming into warrior 3. Toes are facing the ground. Option to lift the arms off the ground. Find that sweet spot. Find the balance here. And now we're gonna do sort of like a little bit of a warrior 3 crunch. So my leg extends, I bring it in. So you should really feel this in the abs right about now. Give me 3 more. Last 2 and 1. All right, probably had enough of that. Soften your standing leg. Come into seated spinal twist if you can without using your hands. If you need to put your hands down, totally fine. Sit nice and tall and gently look over opposite shoulder. Try to keep that right hip grounded. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and counter twist it. And then go ahead and unwind. You're gonna go ahead and shift into your boat. Keeping your feet flexed, palms face the ceiling. I want you to just tap your heels to the ground as you're leaning back and you're pulling those abs in. So I'm not kicking my legs, I'm just tapping them. The range of motion doesn't really change much, the angle of your legs. So you should really start to feel this in those lower abs. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Hold right here and go ahead and cross your feet at the ankles. Let's go ahead and take it into downward facing dog. Shift into high plank. Lower halfway, upward dog. And then taking it into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and take the opposite side. Left leg lifts. Step it forward. Lift the back leg off the ground. Keeping the standing leg strong or put a little micro bend in it. Find your balance here. Arms reach out and start to crunch. 5. 3 more. 2 and 1. Hold that warrior 3, whatever variation of warrior 3, and then start to make your way down to the ground. Start to make your way into seated spinal twist. Looking over opposite shoulder, get nice and tall. Try to keep that left hip pressing towards the mat. And then go ahead and take opposite twist. And then you're gonna go ahead and unwind that, shift towards the front of the mat, lift your heels off of the ground, and low boat to boat. You have 3, 2, and 1. Now, bend your knees, extend. So my toes are turned out almost as if I were a dancer. This would be called first position. So squeeze your legs together, full extension for 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Go ahead and bring the knees into your chest. Shift a little bit side to side.
Now let's go ahead and stretch out the hips a little bit. Cross your right leg over your left. Hug that hamstring in, flexing both feet. We're kind of stretching out our piriformis a little bit. Kind of press that knee out and away from you. And if you want to get deeper, you can interlace your hands, fingers, and put them on top of your knee. Try to keep your shoulders connected here. Let's go ahead and take it to the opposite side. Flexing both feet, interlace your fingers around the hamstring, shoulders on the ground, looking up towards the ceiling. Press your knee out and away from you. And if you want to get deeper, interlace those hands around the knee. And then we're going to go ahead and release. Bring your feet to the ground. Hands flat, lift your hips off of the ground for your bridge. Looking up towards the ceiling. Engage, staying engaged through your glutes. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then extend your left leg long, hug your knee in, allow the knee to twist towards the opposite side. Look over your right shoulder as you twist, making sure that that knee is about at a 90-degree angle. And then a little bit deeper at the bottom of your exhale, and then come back, center, go ahead and release. And hug the knee in, take the knee to the side, and extend the arm. Let the shoulder release. Draw the abs in. Enjoying these last final moments of your practice. And then go ahead and take it back center. Give your knees a nice squeeze. And then go ahead and release all the way down to the ground. Legs extended, arms by your side. Just go ahead, close your eyes, settle into your final resting pose. Just allow your body to be heavy on the mat. Soften your shoulders, soften your energy. Again, just staying connected to these final moments of your practice before you continue throughout the rest of your day. No matter what you're doing, you owe it to yourself to be present. A couple more easy breaths here. Every breath should just take you a little bit deeper into softening your energy. Last one. And then you can start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, your wrists, and your ankles. And then just draw your knees into your chest. Rock a bit side to side. And then gently press all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Getting nice and tall. And then go ahead and extend your arms all the way up, palms together in high prayer. Slowly lower your hands down towards the center of your chest, just taking these final moments to honor and acknowledge the practice and the work that you've done today. And let's bow all the way forward to seal, honor, and complete our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Once again, my name is Traci Copeland, and this is Good Moves with Well+Good. You want more good moves? Subscribe to Well+Good today.